Hello friends, welcome to the Ekalavya Universities. Today we take up the last and final chapter in the Java Basic School. This is the sixth chapter, Know Your Programming Language Java. In this Java Basic School, already we covered 5 chapters and learnt about computer system, programming media, programming basics, programming environment, and the programming paradigms. Logically, this is the right time to learn about a programming language like Java. And one more thing I have to tell you, this is the last chapter in Java Basic School, and after this we enter into Java chapter zone. In the Java chapter zone, we learn Java concepts and we develop Java applications. Now, as a bridging chapter, in this chapter we learn about Java, its features, functionalities, and its strengths and weaknesses, everything here. Thereafter, if you enter into Java, your approach will be very pragmatic. Now, if you observe, there are dozens of programming languages in the world. You may get a doubt, why so many languages and all that? Actually, every programming language is developed with a special some features and functionalities. Obviously, it is having some strength, and at the same time it may have some weaknesses also. In order to plug the loopholes of the previous language or languages, new languages are developed. Not only that, in new languages they incorporate the programmer friendly features and the new features compatible with the new environment and new technologies and all that. So you should understand that every advanced language, every new language is a advancement over the existing languages. This is a continuous process. If you study the history of evolution of programming languages, you mainly find two great landmarks. The first one is the emergence of C language in 1972. This was developed as a general purpose language. General purpose language means regardless of your objective, regardless of your purpose, you can use this language and develop your programs. Before that, earlier to C language, there were specific languages. Those were meant for specific purpose. For example, COBOL for business purpose, Fortran for scientific and engineering purpose. Like that, specific languages are there. Those were meant for specific purposes, to serve specific purposes. And for the first time, C was developed as a general purpose language. Regardless of our profession or objective, we can use that language, C language, and develop our program. So not only that, not only having general purpose nature, it was developed as a function oriented programming language. This is true FOP language, true function oriented programming language. This function oriented approach is closer to the real life. That's why people can very easily understand the programming methodology. Not only that, it's a simplicity, versatility, and easy to learn nature inspired millions of students throughout the world to learn this language, and they became programmers by learning C language. So it has created a stride in the programming history. So it is a big landmark, the first and foremost landmark in the evolution of programming languages. And because of that, because C language led to many strides towards the inventions and the great innovations and all that. So, even today, I am telling, I strongly trust that if you want to become a real programmer naturally, this C language acts like a golden threshold to enter into programming world. Once you master C language, 50% of your burden, learning burden, is reduced or it is lighter for learning advanced languages like C++, Java, C Sharp, etc. and all that. And one more thing I have to explain to you, by that you are convinced. Actually, C language was developed by AT and T Labs, and it was developed in 1972, whereas in 2000 Microsoft developed a language. Microsoft developed a language, general purpose and internet language, and they named it as C Sharp. C Sharp. Actually, simple logic you can understand. Actually, C not belong to Microsoft, even though why they named it as C Sharp. Just you can understand that they would like to indicate you this is sharp C. If you have to sharpen anything and all that, you must have that. So first to learn C, indirectly they are telling you first to learn C, thereafter sharp it. That's why I advise every student, every programming student, first to master C and then learn advanced languages. By that you can learn the language very easily, very advanced languages very easily with lighter burden. Okay. Thereafter, we have to talk about second landmark, that is in 1995. In 1995, Sun Microsystems released their language named as Java. Java is a pure OOP language. This is a true OOP language, true object-oriented programming language, and it is also a general purpose as well as internet language. Java was developed as a true OOP language, and it is a general purpose language as well as an internet language, and it introduced a phenomenal advanced features in the technology, software technology and all that, and with a bunch of unparalleled features which no other previous language had those features. Such type of great features it introduced. And one more thing you must remember, that it borrowed many features from C and C++ languages. As I told you already, before 95, many students learned C and C++ and became programmers. That means by 1995, there were plenty of C programmers. When they want to learn this Java language, they feel that it is totally a native environment and a familiar language with the advanced features. That's why they could learn it very easily because of its elegance, its simplicity, its versatility, and advanced features and all that. Everybody liked Java. Everybody liked Java, and as on the day, 20% of the world programmers are Java programmers. If you want detailed figures, out of 4.5 million programmers, 1 million programmers are Java programmers. This figure is steadily increasing because of the elegance of the Java language. Therefore, if we have C or C++ knowledge already, you can learn Java very easily, and you feel it is a familiar language with advanced features and all that. You really and naturally enjoy the advancement of Java features. And one more thing I have to tell you, if you don't have C or C++ knowledge also, you don't worry about that. I have developed this book from the scratch to a reasonably advanced level. From the scratch, I am not expecting any programming background from you. But one thing I am telling you, if you have C or C++ knowledge and all that, it is very advantageous to you, and you can naturally learn the Java language with a lighter approach. Okay, your learning burden will be enormously reduced, and I have developed it from the scratch and totally a doubt free. Doubt free. If we have to get a doubt after reading this and all that, you have to make a research. This statement, I am not uttering this statement neither out of overconfidence nor ego, because I have incorporated my learning process in in the book. I transformed or translated my learning process and teaching experience into each and every word of this book. That's why you never get any doubt. A doubt is an obstruction to your study. If you don't get any doubt and all that, it is like a smooth sailing, and your study will be a cakewalk, and you can understand every concept. Thereafter, you can apply the concept into a set of programs. By that, your knowledge will be converted uh, into skills. Now, uh, let us come to Java introduction. Actually, this was developed in 1991 by Sun Microsystems of USA with the name Woke. Originally, its name was Woke, and subsequently in 1996 they renamed it as Java, and released it as a true object oriented programming language. True object oriented programming language, and at the same time, it is purely a general purpose language as well as internet language. It was released with JDK version 1.0. The first version is named as 1.0. And what is JDK? JDK is a Java development kit. It provides a set of tools for developing Java programs. Developing Java programs. In order to develop Java programs and all that, first you have to install Java development kit. Java development kit, the installation procedure and how to work out programs and all that, we explained through the annexer of this chapter, a detailed chapter with the videos we have given. If you want to install JDK, and then you go through that, you can follow the procedure and you can install the system. You can get the free software of JDK. Okay, and currently in 2014, the latest version, Java Standard Edition 8.0 was released. Now you understand that Java every time it comes out with new features, new advancements and all that. And if you observe that in 1996 it was officially released, and now it is 2006. Within a span of 20 years, 2 decades, 8 versions with so many numerous advanced features were released and all that. That's why every time Java developers introduce new features which are compatible with the current environment as well as current technology and all that. That's why it's the most most versatile language and the most elegant language. And if you have little programming background and all that, you can enjoy. It is a for a beginner programmer and all that. It is a fun to develop Java programs and all that. And if you already in programming field and all that, You really amaze with the advanced features of Java and how elegantly and smartly you can develop projects very easily. You can understand. And Java provides you a very big library, a standard library. By that, all ready-made elements you can get. You can get by that you can build projects very easily with the minimum efforts and all that. So, one thing you must remember, uh, Java, learning Java is different from other languages and all that. That I will explain before introduction of the chapter zone. That you have to understand. Then you understand the special features of Java. Then you enter into Java chapter zone. Then your approach will be very pragmatic, and in a short span of time, with a few weeks of your endeavor, you will become an ultimate Java programmer.